What's going on, everybody on YouTube? Steve again with Raiken Profit over at RaikenProfit.com. Coming back to you with another video. And in today's video, I want to share with you about, 12 tips. I've got it all written down. 12 tips for reselling on the road, for going on your own, thrift store adventure like myself. If you guys are new to this channel and you don't know about my thrift store adventure I just went on, definitely check it out. I documented the whole entire journey from day 1 to day 34, and I did a vlog each and every day sharing with you all the items I found from thrift stores, pawn shops, retail stores, and I met up with a whole bunch of cool people as well. So if you're interested in going on your own thrift store adventure and you kind of want to see how I did it, check it out. It's on my playlist. But anyways, I want to share with you guys these 12 tips for going on your very own adventure and just some things I've learned and some things that could help you out. So I've got a lot more tips in addition. So if you guys have any questions, leave them below. I'm sure I'll come back with another part 2 of this video. But anyways, without further ado, if you're ready to learn some tips about how you could go on your own thrift store adventure and really make it work best for you, then let's dive into this video. Alright guys, so the first tip I have for you, when you're going on a thrift store adventure of your own, I don't care if it's a week or a month or 2 months, is to pack light. Try to only bring the essentials, the things that you can't get anywhere else, the things you have to have with you, whether that's shipping supplies or, a USB scanner or your Scotty pillars to get off the stickers from the items. I don't know what that is for you and your business, but pack light, because I'm telling you right now, the #1 resource that you need to cherish is your space, especially if you're going in like a little sedan or a car or a small truck. Your space is so important, so cherish it and try to only bring with you what you need, what's super important, and what you can't replenish while on the road. For example, don't bring with you 50 boxes because you could get them at Walmart. You could even order them on Uline and have them shipped within a day if you know you're going to be somewhere. So it's something you need to be very careful with. So make sure you only bring the essentials. Tip number 2 is research the trip in advance the best you can. So what I mean by this is, if you're planning on going all the way down the East Coast from Connecticut to Myrtle, like I did, try to plan out, the general locations you're going to stop at. Are you going to be in Charlotte? Are you going to be here? Are you going to be there? Are you going to be in Roanoke? Or however you pronounce that freaking town in West Virginia. I believe it's in West Virginia. I don't care where it is. Just try to figure out, are there going to be an abundance of thrift stores and, retail stores or pawn shops in that area? Try to plan it out as best as possible. You don't have to be super crazy about this, but just make sure that, if you're planning on driving 2 hours each day going west, make sure that those 2 hours bring you into a general area that's pretty populated, that, has some Goodwills, has some pawn shops and places like that. Try to research it the best you can. That's going to help you out a lot. And that's something I wish I did a little better, because I was in just some locations where there was really not much picking, and whatever, I learned my lesson. But that's a big tip. Research the trip in advance the best you can, just to make sure you get around populated areas that have stores that you can buy from. Tip number 3 is, if you're not in an RV and you're not sleeping in your car, if you're looking for hotels, use an app like Hotwire to save money when you're checking in to hotels and whatnot. You'll save so much money. This was my first time using it, and I can't tell you how much money I saved. Probably well over $1,000 staying at like 15 or 20 hotels using the Hotwire app. I'm not going to go into what it is and how it works right now. I'll do that in another video. But if you're going to be on the road for an extended period of time, don't just randomly check into hotels. You're going to pay double, triple the rate of like Hotels.com or Hotwire or other places like that. So make sure you check out the app Hotwire. I love it. I'm not affiliated with them. It's not sponsored by Hotwire. It's just an amazing app, and it saved me so much money. So shout out to the Resell Rabbit. He introduced me to that, and just so grateful to be able to use that app on the road. It's quick. It's easy to use. You can get hotels in your general location, and overall you could save a crap load of money. Tip number 4 is utilize Google Maps. I wish I knew about Google Maps when I was in this trip. I mean, I learned about Google Maps about 60% of the way through my trip. And yes, believe it or not, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm supposed to be know the internet and apps and stuff. I didn't even know about Google Maps. I can't believe it. This app, it saved me so much time when I learned about it. And again, the rabbit saved my life with this. Google Maps is awesome because it'll tell you exactly where you are, and then you can type in keywords like the Salvation Army or Goodwill or pawn shop, and it'll show you where all these places are in relation to where you are, and all you gotta do is hit a button and it turns your GPS on and it'll bring you right there. Google Maps is a time saver. Oh my gosh, I'm not even going to get into the way I was doing it beforehand, but let's just say it took a lot more time and I lost out on a ton of profits. If you're on the road, if you're in an area you're not familiar with, and you're not sure where the pawn shops are, or the nearest Goodwill, the Salvation, and you don't want to plan it out for hours and hours in advance, use Google Maps. I'm telling you, lifesaver, game changer right there, and definitely a great tool to have in your arsenal. Tip number 5, while you are on the road, on your trip, on your adventure, is to make sure that you're picking items carefully. What I mean by this is, take into consideration the size of the item. How long is it going to take to sell? Is it fragile? You're going to need all these packing supplies and double boxing it and special labels. How much space do you have available? Pick carefully, because again, space is your biggest, it's so essential. It's your biggest resource, and you can't just put it to waste. Space is huge, because what if you put a bicycle in your car, or you put this big electronic item in your car, and then you're out of space and you come across this amazing deal and you don't have space. It'll turn into a logistical nightmare, and that's what happened to me when I found that huge haul of 1,000 CDs. Check that out. I believe that's day 33, day 34, the most amazing video ever, but it turned into a logistical nightmare because I didn't save my space, and a few other things as well, which I'm going to touch on. But make sure that you pick carefully. Space is huge, and you don't want to waste any of it. And the 7th tip is make sure that you get supplies when you can. What do I mean by this? So let's just say you're passing by a Walmart and you're in an unfamiliar area, an unfamiliar territory, and you're not sure if you're going to come across another Walmart or Target, and you need supplies. Maybe you need boxes or tape or whatnot. Make sure to stop then and make it happen and just get the stuff, because it happened to me a few times where I said, you know what, I'll find another Walmart, I'll find another location to get the stuff that I wanted, and I went and I couldn't find a Walmart, or I couldn't find a place that I wanted, and I had to go somewhere else, and I didn't get exactly what I wanted for supplies. It was more expensive, and I just wasted a lot of money and time. So if you're looking for certain things for your business that you need, whether it's boxes or tape or labels, whatever it is, if you have the opportunity to get it and you're passing by the place, just get it, because you don't want to be fighting at 10, 11 at night trying to ship out something you don't have this supply and you wish you picked it up. So that's a big tip, and that's number 7. All right, tip number 8 for your reselling adventure on the road is to budget your money. There's nothing worse than spending too much money on stuff that, necessarily isn't going to bring you in the highest ROI, and you run out of money. Maybe you run out of credit space on your credit card or whatnot, and you don't have the money. That your Amazon payment's not coming in quick enough, the cash isn't coming in quick enough, and you're kind of in an awkward place, right? You're on this adventure, you're on the road, and you have no money. Now, personally, this didn't happen to me. Luckily, I've got some savings and a couple different credit cards, and I want to say credit cards are a great thing to utilize on the road as well. You could earn bonus points, airline miles, and all that stuff. But anyways, make sure overall, if you're on a budget and you only have a couple $1,000s or a couple hundred, I don't know what that is for you, make sure you budget your money out accordingly. I know a lot of resellers do this, even when they're not on the road, or if they are on the road. Either way, they budget their money because they know that having that capital is important. And, try not to waste your money on items where you feel like, you know what, I don't really need it. I'm just buying it because I want to have something. Save your money for those big scores, for those home runs, for those doubles, for those triples, for those items that could really bring in some good revenues for your business. So overall, budget your money. The next tip is watch out for thieves. Yes, most people are good people. 99% of the people on this planet, in my opinion, are good, loving, caring people who are honest. They're not going to rob you. They're not going to steal from your car. But every now and then, depending on where you are, and I'll tell you right now, I was in some sketchy locations on that 32, 34-day trip where I was kind of a little fearful for my life and my safety in general, and I didn't want to leave, T5i cameras and TI-89 calculators just laying out on my seat and in my car. So what I'm trying to say is, make sure if you've got a lot of inventory in your car to protect it. Cover it up. Put the valuables in the trunk. Don't just leave like your laptop bag or your backpack just laying on the front seat where anybody can just walk by and see it. Try to keep anything valuable out of sight, because I tell you right now, if it's out of sight, you have that much better of a chance that someone's not going to mess with you. If you got cameras, if you got all these amazing things sitting out, I don't have to go into this anymore. You get the point. you're asking for trouble. And all it takes is someone just with a crowbar, boom, smash your window, snatch and grab, and they're gone. So be careful. Also, when you're like at hotels parking, this isn't even part of my tips, but I'm just going to give it to you anyways. When you park your car, try to park it close to your window if you can, or like just so you can see it outside your window. And, you know, try not to like for example, some parking lots are like really large and like you could park way in back. Like keep it up near the front where the people are going to be walking, because just think about it. If you're going to commit a crime, or you're going to rob somebody's car, break into their car, you're gonna want to do it in a place where it's easy to get away, where not many people can see you, where there's no cameras. So just keep that in mind. I ain't no professional criminal, but just you gotta think like one once in a while to keep yourself safe. The 10th tip, and this is something that I made a big mistake with, and it actually cost me about $150 on my last day, having to get another hotel because of this. And this is something, again, that I highly recommend, and this was a mistake on my part, is keep your car clean and organized. When you're buying inventory, when you're on the road accumulating stuff, you know, it's kind of like a game of Tetris. Put things in the right area, you know, put it in boxes if you can. Keep things clean and compact so you can save as much space as possible. What I was doing, and this was just straight up stupid, I was just throwing everything in the car, careless, throwing boxes, and everything was just, I wasted so much space. And on day 33, day 34, when I came across that huge CD haul, I didn't have the space for it, and I was forced to go to this smoking hotel. It was miserable, paid up for it, lost a lot of money, and you know what? I ended up leaving in the middle of the night, reorganized my car, and got everything in. So if I would have just kept it organized from the start and followed this rule that I didn't know at the time, it's a learning experience, I would have saved myself some money, some stress, some time, and some cigarette smoke from that hotel room. So make sure you keep your car clean. That's huge. And this kind of stems from the 10th tip, is has to do with your car, is make sure you keep your car running well. So get oil changes. What I did before my trip was I had some maintenance done. I had the oil change. I had some brakes done. I had a new battery put in because I knew I was going to be going 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 miles on this trip. So your car is like your biggest asset on the road. If your car breaks down, especially if you're like in some kind of sketchy areas, which I was in a lot of them, like I said, in Philly and Buffalo, New York, there were some pretty scary places. You don't want your car to break down, so treat it well. Make sure there's gas in it. Make sure the oil's done. The brakes are, you know, looking good. Your tires are, you know, they got tread left on them and whatnot, because you just don't want to get in trouble with that. So make sure you take care of your car. And the last tip I want to give you for being on the road and thrifting and going on this trip is to make sure you take care of your tax stuff. What do I mean by that? When you're buying your items, make sure you have like a little baggie or like a shoebox or something to put all your receipts in, because yes, you're going to want to write these off. You're going to want to write all this stuff off, right? Talk to a CPA. I'm not a public accountant. I'm not a lawyer or any of that. I'm not giving you tax advice, but all I'm saying is personally, you're going to want to keep track of all your expenses, whether that's hotel, supplies, gasoline, whatever it is, all that stuff. Put it all in, cost of goods, buying from Goodwill, put it all into one box and just keep it in an organized area. Don't make the mistake that I made as well, and I was jamming all this stuff in my wallet, and I wasn't following these rules that I knew that I should be following, and things that I usually do when I'm here at home and in my comfortable area and whatnot. So have a little shoebox to save your receipts, because you're going to need that stuff when your CPA sits down with you at the end of the year or quarterly, however you work it out. So those are the tips. Hopefully you guys appreciated Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you're looking to go on a thrift store adventure, whether it's a week or 2 weeks or a month or 2 months, do it. It's a ton of fun. I had the time of my life. I can't say it enough. I had the time of my life. It was so much fun. I found some amazing items. I made a ton of money. Got to stay at all these different hotels, some of them luxurious, other ones, met just so many amazing people, and just, it was so much fun. I can't say it enough. So follow these tips. Watch this video 2-3 times to get these tips ingrained into your mind, because, again, I wish I followed all these. It would have helped a lot. I'll be sure to probably come with a part 2, part 3 of this video, because there's so many more tips I could share with you, and so many different learning experiences that I came across. Also, one more thing is, check out my thrift store adventure. It was 34 days. I made a vlog, a 10, 15, 20, 30-minute vlog upwards each and every day for those 34 days. So you can see exactly where I was, the hotels, me shipping stuff, making money, what I bought, what I sold. I mean, everything. I shared it all. Good, the bad, the ugly. You saw me waking up in the morning with my hair all messed up, looking like a hot mess. I didn't care. I just wanted to give you guys the content. So check that adventure out. If you're not already, subscribe to Raiken Profit YouTube channel, which you're watching now. Yeah, hit that button, subscribe. If you want more content behind the scenes, Periscope is where it's at. Go to the Play Store, go to your App Store, download Periscope, look up Raiken Profit. I'm telling you guys right now, I'm giving out so many more videos behind the scenes than YouTube. You won't even believe it. I've probably done 200 videos on there in the last 2 months. So check that out. And yeah, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, show some love, share the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.